Hey everybody, this is Jay Moore. I'm the founder of the group The Ordinary Christian, and today I want to ask you a really very important question. Do you really love Jesus? You see, we live in a day and an age when people's love and devotion are constantly being called into question. You'll hear things like this being said: if you truly love me, you'll do this, or you don't really love me because. So today in this video, I guess I'm kind of calling into question, or at least asking you to call into question, your own love for Jesus. Do you really, truly love Jesus? Or do you have some kind of false worldly love that you attribute to Jesus? But is it really love for him at all? In this video, we're going to discover what Jesus says about loving him. We're going to look at one proof that clearly demonstrates that you are truly a lover of Jesus, or exposes you to be a fake lover. You decide. So let's dive in. Let's get started. You see, let's take a look over at John chapter 14, verses 15 through 24, where Jesus is speaking. He says this. This is Jesus's very own words. He says, "If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever, the Spirit of truth. The world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you. I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. Before long, the world will not see me anymore, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. And on that day, you will realize that I am in the Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. Whoever has my commands and keeps them is the one who loves me. The one who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love them and show myself to them." Then Judas, not Jesus, Judas Iscariot, said, "But Lord, why do you intend to show yourself to us and not to the world?" And Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teachings. My Father will love them, and they will come to them and make our home with them. And anyone who does not love me will not obey my teachings. These words you hear are not my own. They belong to the Father who sent me." All right, let's get started. What is that one proof that demonstrates clearly and truly that you love Jesus? Well, the answer to that question is simply, do you love Jesus the way he wants to be loved? When you say you love Jesus, are you speaking his love language? So what is Jesus' love language? It's quite simply this: obedience. Obedience. 3 times in this verse, Jesus said that the one who loves him will keep his commandments. They are found in verses 15, 21, and 23. And then, in a very kind of negative way, opposite way, Jesus says in verse 24, "If anyone does not love me, he will not obey my teaching." So the proof is simple of whether you love Jesus or you don't love Jesus is found in your actions. Do your actions, obey Jesus? Do they obey what he says to do? Or do you disobey Jesus? I think that's a question we need to ask ourselves. It's a question you need to ask yourself. Do you obey Jesus? You see, all over the Bible, the teaching on the importance of obedience is absolutely clear. God speaking to Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 8 says this: "This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you will be this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you will be careful to do all that is written within it. For then will you make your ways prosperous, and then will you have success." You see, the studying and meditating on God's word is so that you can obey all that's written within it. And then in James chapter 1, verse 22, where it says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only, and so deceive yourself." There's a deception to think that you can be spiritual, love Jesus, and not obey him. We need to obey him. And then when Jesus is giving the Great Commission, he tells his apostles, he says, for the new believers, teach those new believers to obey all that I have commanded them. Obey all that I have commanded them. You see, obedience isn't just a good thing. Obedience for a Christian is absolutely an essential thing. Obedience is the proof that you and I truly love Jesus. Jesus isn't asking us to prove our love for him by having some kind of emotional experience where we have this ocean of emotion or some kind of feeling, a quiver in our liver. He's asking us, obey. Do what I say. Why do you call me Lord, he says, and do not do what I ask? Jesus says, if you love me, keep my commandments. So there's some questions we need to ask. How well are you keeping his commandments? Do you even know what they are? Do you know what the commandments are? Or are you just trying to pick and choose which commandments you'll obey and which ones you're not going to obey? You see, when it comes to obeying Christ, it isn't like that we are sitting down at some cafeteria-style restaurant where we can pick and choose what we're going to eat. Jesus says, here's what I command. Obey all of it. Do all of it. No, Jesus is said at the Great Commission, again, he says that we are to teach and to obey all that he has commanded. It's kind of like what the old gospel hymn the lyrics said, when we walk with the Lord in the light of his word, what a glory he sheds on our way. What he says we will do, where he sends we will go. Never fear, only trust and obey. Trust and obey. For there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Are you trusting? Are you obeying? I hope so. If you are, then you're truly loving Jesus. Are you seeking each day, striving each day to live an obedient life? I'm not asking you to be perfect. I don't think that these verses are talking about perfection. But it is talking about, is it our ambition? Is it our best effort for obedience this day? Did we try? Or were we just cavalierly saying, no, I'm not going to do that? Are you trying? That's what he's asking for. Are you trying? Again, this is Jay Moore. I'm the founder of the group, The Ordinary Christian. Hey, if you like this video, if you found it encouraging, found it challenging, like the button, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with other people. Help us to get the word out. And also, check out this other video on loving Jesus. Take care, and God bless.